Party, Senator Feinstein.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'd say to the senator, it may just not be this woman's fault. Let me read you something from the Los Angeles Times. Officials recently announced they were unable to fill about 1,000 temporary firefighter positions and looking to make emergency hires by shortening the onboarding process. As California faces what's expected to be a punishing fire season, only 62% of federal firefighter positions here are filled, according to a source within the agency. Before 2020, nearly all spots nationwide typically would be filled at this time of year, said the source, who requested anonymity to discuss sensitive internal matters. In addition, roughly a third of all Forest Service fire engines in California are on 5-day staffing, meaning there aren't enough crew members to operate them 7 days a week. An additional 13% of engines are, quote, down-staffed, end quote, essentially parked because of a lack of firefighters, the source said. So I don't blame this person. Something is wrong in the system. Somewhere, somebody's putting a hold on things in the fact that they are disguised, they take the blame, and fire rises throughout my state. I am really concerned about it. The Forest Service has acknowledged challenges in reaching this year's national target of 11,300 firefighters, especially in the Pacific Northwest and Southwest regions, which include Oregon, Washington, and California. The recruitment and retention problems are in areas, quote, where state and private firefighter wages are outcompeting federal firefighter wages, housing costs are not affordable, and positions are in remote locations, the agency said in a statement. Would you support that?
Thank you so much for the question, Senator, and I want to commiserate with you on the fires in your state. New Mexico had the most devastating wildfire in our state's history recently, and so I understand how devastating that can be, especially when you love your state so dearly. We're working every single day to make sure that we are supportive of the firefighters on the ground, raising the pay so that they can have the personal resources they need to raise their families. And also, certainly, yes, filling those positions.
Well, I don't mean to cut you off, but I have limited time. My understanding is, as far as California is concerned, there are 1,800 federal wildland firefighter vacancies. Is that correct?
Senator, I don't have the specific number, but we're happy to get back with your staff on that.
I'm concerned. We have a lot of federal land in California, and a lot is burning. And I need to put a real emphasis on this. This is important. Large amounts of land. California has 20 million acres of federal forest land in our state. We have to provide the fire services, particularly with lightning and weather changes. So I am really concerned, and I'm not blaming you. I think we have to take a look at what future weather conditions are going to bring about for us, and really see that we have the people in place to deal with those conditions. Right now, in my state, I do not believe we do. So I would like to ask that you participate in an effort to take a look at what has happened in fire-prone areas and see that we have enough coverage to take care of our people and our land.
Senator, nationally, we expect to reach our target hiring goals for wildland firefighters, which is 5,600. I know that we're working every day to fill those vacant positions, and you have my word.
Are you saying you have 5,600 vacant positions?
We want 5,600 total personnel, and so we will work to
The
make
number,
sure
I just want to stay on this. The number I have been given is 1,800 federal wildland firefighter vacancies. Is that true or false?
We're happy to follow up with you on the exact number, Senator. We have wildland firefighters both in the Department of the Interior, of course, and the Forest Service, as you mentioned. And so we're happy to follow up with you on the exact number of vacancies, but I want you to know that we're working every day to fill those vacancies.
Well, this is a big problem, Mr. Chairman. We have a lot of federal land in California, and we also have a lot of fire. The LA Times runs an article, Hellish Fires, Low Pay, Trauma, California's Forest Service firefighters face a morale crisis. And that's what's happening in the state. And goes on, California faces what is expected to be a punishing fire season. Only 62% of federal firefighter positions are filled, according to a source within the agency. Before 2020, nearly all spots nationwide typically would be filled at this time of year, said the source, who requested anonymity to discuss sensitive internal matters. You're under oath. Are those figures correct?
Senator, I don't have the exact figures, but we will absolutely reach out to your staff as soon as I get back to my office.
Well, Mr. Chairman, this is World War III for me. I cannot let the state burn and knowing that positions that we passed are not being filled.
Senator, you're absolutely right. There are a tremendous number of vacancies. The recruitment is very difficult. I do note that the Interior Department is working towards year-round positions to try to have wildland firefighters be able to do hazardous fuel reductions when they're not fighting fires. They have implemented the $15 minimum pay, which is helpful but not competitive with the state positions in California. And I just appreciate that you continuously really advocate for this, because our western states are burning. We need our firefighters.
Let me go on one more.
I will.
In addition, roughly a third of all Forest Service fire engines in California are on 5-day staffing, meaning there aren't enough crew members to operate them 7 days a week. An additional 13% of engines are downstaffed, essentially parked because of lack of firefighters, the source said.
Thank you, Senator, and we can put into the record and do some follow-up questions, and I really appreciate you bringing attention to this issue.
Yeah, I appreciate it. This is the Los Angeles Times, June 14th.
Without objection, entered into the record.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Senator Blunt?
Thank you, Chairman. And Secretary, good to have you here today. Congress